Hello students, so today we are learning about chapter number 9th of class 12th geography, international trade. Basically, if we talk about the international trade, then we are talking about the international business or international relations between two countries, two continents and different nations of the world. So if we move towards the earlier times or the earlier societies, in those earlier societies or earlier times, the trade was restricted to the local markets because the local markets were not allowed to trade to different nations. But after some time the trade was not restricted and trade was allowed from Rome to China, which was complete 6,000 kilometers, and that was the complete a big route for trading from Rome to China, and that route was completely evolved for transporting the Roman plantations, Chinese balls, and the different things that are used for the daily wage purposes. And the Chinese pearls are the most important things that are used for the transportation of from China to Rome and from Rome to different countries or continents of the world. Basically, if we talk about the international trade is submerged in the different continents and is valuable for maintaining the economic growth of the country. And for the economic growth, the trade is needs to be well developed. Basically, in the current time, the China has a trade well developed and has its GDP or its economic growth well developed because of its international trade. As in China, there are different manufacturing companies that are assembling the different digital parts or the different equipments on their own basis, and they are transporting those particular mechanisms or different machines to the different part of the world. That is also called the international trade. Basically, in the international trade there are two type of trades: the business to business protocol and the consumer to consumer protocol. In the business to business protocol, the businessmen from different country will contact to the businessmen to in China, and they have the manufacturing process in China. So that, for example, if we take an example of Apple. Basically, the Apple is completely designed in California, United States, but the complete parts and the physical parts are assembled in China and are manufactured in China as well. Now, if we talk about the slave trade, basically the slave trade is completely started in the 15th century in the Portuguese, in the Dutch regions of the world, and they have their slaves as well, known as the humans. Basically, the humans are also used for as the slaves for using in the trade and commerce for the particular parts of the world. Now, if we talk about the basis of the international trade, so first of all, we will focus on some of the different factors. Now, the first is the difference in the natural resources. Basically, if we talk about the difference in the natural resources, that means in the different countries there are different natural resources and there are different plantations. Basically, in some of the countries, the plantation is different because of their climate and the geographical factors. But in the different countries, if we talk about China, there is a different plantation because of their climate, and if we talk about America or India, there is a different climate, and for that different climate or the geographical location, the plantation is different. Now, if we talk about the geographical resources, basically through the geographical resources we are talking about the rainforest and the different forests of the nations or the world. Basically, the geographical resources are the main resources that are contributing for the trade and commerce and the international trade. Through this geographical factor, we are more concentrating on the international trade through the sea, air, and the land as well. If we are talking about the land and the trade commerce, we are main self motivating about the trade and commerce of the different countries. Thank you.